Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
And this is your Blue Bloods Season 10, Episode 2 preview, airing on CBS next week, entitled Naughty or Nice. This is not the Blue Bloods Christmas Spectacular you were probably hoping for. I have not seen any promotional photos of Frank wearing a Santa costume.
Nope, no Christmas in October.
I would kind of want to see that. I feel like that's like the Blue Bloods drunken episode when everyone has a little bit too much at family dinner and then somebody's like, who wants to sing some carols? But I am on my own island now. We're going to talk about what you can expect to see within this episode and maybe give some early predictions. But before we do, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates we've got coming your way. So how this is going to work is I'm going to pull up the synopsis. We're going to talk a little bit about some of these various storylines and give you a good sense of what the promo does not do, which is basically
tell you anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is like 90% of the promos. Frank says something about laying down the law, and then it's like Blue Bloods next week, and then that's it. Like, they know that Tom Selleck butters their bread. Like, let's just make that very clear. Okay.
With avocados.
Yeah, Tom Selleck loves his avocados.
He does love his avocados.
All right, so here we go. This is going to be a big surprise to everyone. Frank and Erin are at odds. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. We didn't even rehearse this, everyone. That's our
shocker.
That's our, I'm going to pat ourselves on the back. I don't want patting myself on the back, but all right.
Holy smokes, they're at odds.
Frank and Erin are at odds when Frank learns the DA's office keeps a list of NYPD cops they consider unreliable. Okay, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Are you at any way shocked that the DA's office would actually want to identify which cops they don't really want to work with at all times?
Yeah, I don't know why Frank would be shocked by that. I would feel that that's a list that should exist.
Yeah, I mean, we're not cops. We're not a part of any sort of legal system unless we suddenly form our little studio here into some sort of like autonomous, like self-governing entity, and I don't think that's allowed. So we don't know anything about police code. Maybe there are specific rules or ethical violations that have something to do with this, but
maybe it's just about the idea that all cops have each other's backs and they're all equal and they're all cops and everybody is sort of painted with the same brush. So there shouldn't be a list of cops that are painted with a different brush that maybe are not that reliable.
Let's paint a picture here for this episode. I perceive Frank walking into Erin's office angry and saying something along the lines of, "Good cops make mistakes." And sort of just like, and then you have like, it goes to commercial or something like that after that. I mean, I think Frank's point is going to be, are you going to judge an entire cop based on a couple of incidents that are out in the field? Or maybe there's a terrible cop who just so happens to have not had anything terrible happen in the field, and then all of a sudden he is reliable.
It's true. It may play out like that, and I think that Frank will 100% play all the pieces of the pie that he can to play devil's advocate because that's what he likes to do. But I feel Erin is not going to really budge on this. I feel if she knows that someone's unreliable, and we're not even saying like they're a bad egg or they're really crooked or anything that bad. No. Just maybe not as reliable. So maybe don't call that person. Maybe call somebody else instead. I think she's gonna stand by her list and that it is a good idea to not call people who have been proven in the past, to her at least, to be unreliable. And that's what I assume the list would be.
What I kind of think here is that Erin and Frank, this is the new normal, everyone. Erin's got a new position. She's kind of surging through the ranks. There's buzz later this season that she might be up in an election for district attorney. So this is going to happen. There's going to be fighting. There will be dilemmas. There will be resolution. I predict compromise. In the words of Michael Scott, win, win, win. It may not work like it did in The Office.
No, that wasn't exactly a compromise, but that's all right.
All right. Let's go into what else we got going on here, because Danny and Baez, they're recruiting retired mobster Vincent Rella, coming back to Blue Bloods after a little while away to assist in an investigation. Now, I think this is notable for a couple of different reasons. Number one, some people out there like Vincent Rella. Jess is smiling because she has realized that Dan, the man behind...
Dan is from The Addams Family, which is one of my favorite movies, and I loved him in it. He's just such a cool character actor that can fit into almost any kind of role that he plays. He's a really underrated actor. That is one of my favorites. I just love him.
Yeah, I mean, it goes... When I was doing a Fear of the Walking Dead video recently, I talked a little about, it's a, hey, it's that guy sort of actor.
Yeah, and Dan is that kind of actor, too, where you've seen him in everything, and there's a reason why. He can slip into any character. He's a really great actor, and I would assume, I've never met him, but with him being in basically everything, that he's great to work with.
Yeah, probably so. Now, as for who may not be great to work with, someone with mob ties.
That may be a problem.
And, you know, even though Rella may be retired, it's still a dangerous line to walk, because this is the mob, and the mob, they may always want a little bit of something out of you that you may not be willing to offer. And, okay,
He needs to be on the unreliable list.
Well, Rella's on the list of unreliables?
That's right.
Okay, well, take note, everyone. Okay, what are the odds that Danny pulls someone else out of a burning car within this episode?
Probably not that high, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of other stuff happening with him with this. Because this is going to be something that's going to be a conflict for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, more than likely, 400th episode, Danny's pulling 2 people out of a car. Okay, as for what else we got coming up here, Jamie is participating in a decoy operation to take down a predator posing as a rideshare driver. So what this means is they've been hearing about incidents within some sort of rideshare company, insert product name here, and that leads you to Jamie deciding to find a way to put a stop to it. I mean, this sounds like it could be something a little bit different just because if it's a decoy operation, maybe there ends up being some sort of undercover component here. Who doesn't want to see actors undercover?
Yeah, I think it's really good to see them playing a little bit of something different and getting to do that undercover kind of role. It puts a little extra danger in that type of situation, and with something like a ride share, insert company name here, there's been so many headlines about stuff like that, getting into the cars with people who are gonna kill you. I would personally never get into a rideshare car because to me it's like paid hitchhiking. So I'm not surprised that they've decided to dip into the headlines a little bit here, bring a story like this, and it's cool that it's going to be Jamie.
I was thinking about this. Who out of the Blue Bloods cast would I want to be my rideshare driver? Like, let's say there was a company that
Is that where we're going with
That's
this?
where I'm going with this right now.
All right.
I mean, I just feel like if I have to be driven by someone, Jamie would probably be the best. Jamie would be, the nicest, the most courteous. There's a chance Danny would crash the car.
Oh, if I got to pick anyone I wanted, I would have Frank driving my car and he can tell me about his avocado farm.
Okay, with you in the avocado farm, but like...
I love avocados. Tom loves avocados. There's stuff to mine from this, I feel.
It's true, but I also wonder, Frank's got like that security detail that's like driving him around all the time. I don't know how often Frank drives. Like, this could be a slight concern for me.
It could be, but if the security detail comes along with Frank, then that means that I'm not going to get murdered in this ride share. I'm going to make it to my destination and I'll be completely fine.
You know what I've just decided? I want Anthony to be my driver.
Oh!
Anthony as the driver. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to see somebody like across the street. He's going to unroll the window and he's going to be like, hey, you want to come watch the game with me? He's going to like do that sort of thing where he's like talking with everyone.
Why would you want this? This feels like it would take your ride 5 times as long to get anywhere.
Sometimes it's about the journey more so than the end result.
Oh dear.
Okay. Last thing we'll talk about here. Jamie and Eddie, it looks like they're going to be working different shifts.
Yeah.
Don't you think that could take a little bit of a toll on them?
I think it could, especially since they're so early in their marriage. I do know people who have those kinds of different shifts where the husband's working really late shift, the wife has been doing the day shift. They see each other for, I don't know, maybe 2 hours at dinner, and that's about it. And that's been going on for a really long time, but they have figured out a way to make it work. That being said, it wasn't from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how this is going to work out while they're still at the beginning of their marriage. There's growing pains in marriage, and you need to be together for that to happen.
You know who could be the real loser out of all of this?
Unlucky Lenny.
It's not Unlucky Lenny, who we discussed at length during the premiere. It might be Vanessa Ray, who, if the storyline continues for a long time, everybody else gets to, like, Tom gets to go home and eat his avocados, and Vanessa's gonna be sitting there at, like, nighttime at 3 a.m. at some street in Manhattan, so...
Yep.
I feel for you, Vanessa Ray, at the moment. But, anyhow, we want to know from you guys, what are your thoughts? What are your predictions? Do you want to eat avocados with Tom Selleck? We have beaten this joke into the ground at this point. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And also, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the CARTERMATT store. And we'll see you next time.